I don't get any countdown anymore. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. Well, I have to wait till my stuff pops up. I'm sorry, my camera is not plugged in. And there we have it. All right. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to do our regular Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time thing. And we're going to talk about Calvinism and Armenianism. And it's going to be me and Brett. And I'm willing to invite other people who are, set up for this to come on, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Um, I don't think if I plug in my camera now, it's actually even going to pick up. So that's the way it goes. Yeah, Gary, you're always the first one. Yeah, kudos to you. Anyways, what we're doing is talking about the doctrine of Calvinism, Armenianism, and this comes into when I had an open discussion, Reformed theology, and talking about that. And this is really what it is Calvinism or Armenianism. And I don't think me or Brett fall into either of those camps. We're just going to talk about them. All right, Gary. Well, good thing that I put this up. I just want to make an advertisement video because we weren't sure what we're going to talk about. We weren't sure at all. I'm like, I don't know, this, that, the other thing. And a lot of people don't know what Calvinism or Armenianism even means. And we're going to go through the definitions of it. Basically, Calvinism, it says that God is the one who saves you and you have no choice in it. You have no choice in the matter of fact. And then you have Armenianism that says that, well, yes, it's faith, but if you don't do works, lordship, salvation, then you're not saved. So it's all right, Gary. There'll be plenty more. There'll be plenty more. All I wanted to do is I'm going to make a real quick 10-minute video here, basically announcing the fact that we're doing live stream tomorrow. Gary Gotland, I think that Baptist churches are 5 point or 3. I think most Baptists actually go with Arminian. What surprised me about that, the whole movement, is that Calvinists are very proud to be Calvinist. Like they were chosen by God to be saved. And that is here's the deal. Like if you're following a religion that is named after a man, you kind of have to question that. You have to question that a little bit. So that's what I got. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and post them. I'm not doing a long stream here, maybe 10 minutes. Okay. I just want to announce the fact that we're doing a live stream tomorrow, as we always do. Robert tomorrow is leaving for Green Bay. He'll be preaching out in a church out there. I told him to pack his parka. Pray for him that he gets there safely and back home. Robert is not going to Disneyland. He's going to a frozen tundra, you might call it. And he's coming from Pensacola, Florida. And it's funny because it was snowing here yesterday in Minnesota, not too far from Green Bay. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Gary Gotland, Brian is not ever going to live stream with me. It's never going to happen. Not going to happen. So, anyways, people who have questions about Calvinism, Armenianism, I think, a lot of people don't know really what it is. I didn't learn about it until I went into seminary and stuff like that, and nobody really chose a side. I just had to study it, write reports on it, do all this stuff. Um, yeah, but they're all named after people. That's the big thing is like you're following somebody's teaching, like people being a Ruckmanite or a Brian Denlingerite or whateverite. They have their own teaching on stuff, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Robert is a 0 point Calvinist. I don't know. Well, 0 point, I mean, when you look up Calvinism, they have their 5 points of Calvinism, and you say, I don't agree with that. I guess you call that a 0 point, right? They're pretty hilarious. Calvinist, what strikes me strange about Calvinist is they actually boast the fact that they're Calvinist. That's what's really weird. Like, oh, God saved me. God chose me specifically to be saved, and everybody else is just dirtbags. Brian, Gary Gothlin, I know he is. He has a real good video on it. You're talking about Brian? No, you can't put up a link. You can email it to me. Is it Brian, though, that does that? Oh, Robert. Well, I'm sure. You see, here's the thing is like people out there are called um, Lutherans, boy, just name them off. All the Protestant people, Methodist, um, Calvinist, uh, Armenianism, Armenian, whatever they're called. But nobody is out there being a Robert Breakerite. Nobody can be right on all points, Gary. Nobody can be. So it's a quick thing. Um, we're doing Calvinism and Armenianism for probably tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard. That's what we have. Um, we got like 12 people watching. If you got, um, are you, well, whatever questions you can throw them up there, but I'm only going to be on for like 10 minutes. So Gary Gothlin, are you 1 through 5? No, no, I am Central Standard Time. Gary, am I 1 through 5? I believe you're referring to the Calvinism thing. No, I don't believe that God chooses who is going to be saved. And as far as the Arminian view is anybody can be saved and it's all your choice. But then if you do not change your life or you do not do the works, then you're lost. That's lordship salvation. Are you not 1 point of Calvinist if you believe the 5th point? Well, I might. I know that, I can bring it up. I can bring up their points. They always have all these so-called sects or whatever Reformation stuff. They always have some good stuff in there, but you want to talk about point 5, perseverance of the saints. The word saints are those who are set apart by God, meaning that God chooses who's going to be saved and who's not. I mean, who are exceptionally holy. Sounds like a lot of work to me, man. Yeah. I kind of don't agree with any of what they say. Point one is total depravity. And yeah, fall of man to sin. I agree with that, but everything else is stupid. I mean, point two, unconditional election asserts that God has chosen from eternity those whom he will bring himself, not based on foreseen virtue, merit, or faith in those people. Meaning that Calvinists say that you're not saved by faith. I mean, that's what it means. That's stupid. Okay, that's a literal stupid thing. Gary, am I on Facebook? No, I canceled my account. I don't like it. The fifth point is the preservation of the saints. All right. Well, I'll look at it again. No, I don't, because the word saints is used to refer to all who are set apart by God, meaning that when the time you're born, God decides that you're going to be saved or not. He might know that you're going to be saved or not, but you have no decision. So you're a robot. You're going to be saved. You're going to be saved. You're not going to be saved. And with Calvinism, you have this whole problem of there's no point in evangelizing. If God is the one who's choosing who's going to be saved and not saved, there is no point in me running a Christian channel at all. There is no point because God's going to decide who is saved and not saved. Gary Gothland, do you think all saved people will reign during the millennium? Yes. I think they'll have different jobs depending on your crown, whatever you got. Sure. I mean, who knows what's going to be going on there? It's kind of philosophical. Says we get crowns in heaven. Yeah, could be. Could be. And I'll just briefly look up, I'm using Wikipedia articles because they are actually pretty darn good. That actually says the whole theology behind each stance. Pretty much Calvin says that God says who is going to be saved and who is not, and there is no choice that you have in it. Armenianism says that anybody can be saved by faith, which sounds good. But then they also say if you don't walk like Jesus walked and you're not perfect and without sin, then you question your salvation, which is lordship salvation. So they're both terrible. they're just both terrible doctrine. You can go to John 6, 47. And Jesus is telling you, those who have faith on me will be saved. So it has nothing to do with Calvin or Arminian, whatever the guy's name is. All right. So if people want to talk about this topic, I'm open. What's up, Warrior for God? I'm open up to if people want to jump on the panel or something like that and talk about this, it's fine. Shoot me an email, maxbauerproductions@gmail.com, and have your headphones and a microphone if you want to talk about this. My Savior Jesus. Are you listening to Steven Anderson? No. Why? Did he do something? I know he had the whole Babylon USA thing that he's been doing. I don't know what Bezu is. All right, so there you have it. You know, I might stream later on today for a different topic. I don't know. Just this is going to be a quick thing, just to let you know we're doing it tomorrow, and this is the topic that we're talking about. The things that I said about Calvinism made me think of Steven Anderson. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched Anderson in like a couple of years. All right. So, like I said, rather than making a pre-recorded video and having to render everything, I would just go live and tell everybody about this. Oh, Anderson is post-trib. Yes. Yeah, and actually he's mid-trib. He's the Kent Hovind camp. And that has really nothing to do with predestination, which is where Calvinism comes from. And Anderson actually repented, Rich G? You got to be kidding me. Come on, Rich G, you got to be lying about that. Oh, come on, Rich G. He's not pre-trib. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, you search out that vid and then you send it to me. And, maybe I'll take back some stuff on the guy. But as far as I know, he is a pre-wrather, just like Ken Hovind, which means the church has to be tested for 3.5 years and then you're pulled out. Yeah. Yeah. Infinite Architect Ken Hovind used to be. He went to prison and read some idiot's book like 7 times over and decided he wasn't going to do that anymore. My spiritual gifts. So, anyways, that's what I got. Um, like I said, I might do a regular stream with a topic later on, but who knows. Otherwise, I just want to advertise that tomorrow we're still doing 6 p.m. Tuesday. Robert's going to be on the road or in the air or whatever he's doing, and we're going to be talking Calvinism, Armenianism, and yeah, I don't believe anything about Steven Anderson. Guy's a charlatan. All right. Any last questions? You got about 15 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to stop because I said what I got to say. And that's it. And that's what we got. Very quick. Thank you all for joining. Hope to see you tomorrow. All right. With that, we're out of here.